Logan's counting his shrubs. Alright, Shelley, here's your strawberries. Yeah, so we're gonna do a little breakfast with Aria and Logan. Of course, we gotta use mac oil in the pan. Grease up this pan. The old-fashioned thing is grease it up a little bit. And we got our egg ones, omega-3 eggs. Kids gotta eat good stuff too. And we're gonna crank some eggs. We're gonna eat some toast. Personally, I would do the keto bread, but I don't like the keto bread, so I gotta go with the Italian white sliced bread. The Italians, they love the bread too, so. 4 slices. A couple mac oil on it. Instead of butter, you like that better. Train them young. Salt. And my hydrogenation, my water hydrogenator. Hydrogenation water. So I drink. But I got my whole house is actually on RO water, so the whole house, including the stuff we shower in, is filtered RO water with calcium added back into it. Put the eggs in a bowl, make the milk. We have a chicken patty for breakfast. For lunch, excuse me. She's the only one who doesn't eat school lunches. She doesn't like school lunches, right? Shayla, you don't eat those school lunches? No. She likes to bring her own stuff. Shayla, Aria, and Logan eat the school lunches, which I probably would do too if I was a kid. And we just pack some snacks. More. To the next sandwich, Aria's gonna get some toast. Shelley, what did you see in the water?
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
And
manatees, you're right. Dolphins and manatees.
And the dolphin crab. And the mini crab.
Yeah, you got a crab, you got some cool shells on the beach. It was a little, maybe Aria can help you.
No.
You know the songs. No, just help her right now. Let's see her. Come on, you have to do it.
I want to.
Come on. That's Leia.
Okay, go. I like it.
Yeah. Alright, good. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Gingerbread cookie.
I already did that song.
Alright, what song do you want to do then? Come on, we gotta go. I gotta pack lunches.
Egg sealer.
Alright, go ahead, sing it.
A, B, see you later. B,
Look at it.
G, I'm gonna miss you.
Sing it.
I
Oh, you know it too?
You probably did that
I love it.
Q, R, gonna miss me. S, T.
Alright. See, we got everyone performs in the family today. I'm just going with the turtle feeding right. Did that with something. My abs. Alright, you going to sit fine. I had a good time this weekend with you guys. I hope you guys had a good time too, and have fun at school. Love you guys. And we got you here just right in time. High five, love. High five. All right. Love you guys. All right, Shayla, take your time.
Yeah, I'll get your backpack.
Get your lunchbox, Shayla.
All right, guys, about to head into crunch, get a little leg workout on. Remember, never skip leg day. Now, I won't be squatting today. I'm not the young man I used to be, but we're going to be doing a little legs. We went to the beach, the kids and I, yesterday, so I got to take the car to the car wash. I'm like trembling that the car is so big, because sand on the seats, stuff like that. And we're going to go get something to eat. We got a lot to do. We have Heavy Muscle Radio at noon, because now we film it on Mondays at noon, live with Chris Aceto. So a lot still to do just today. And you're going to get to see all my little chores and stuff I run around and do on a regular basis, because this is my life. We all have injuries. We all get older. If I can't squat 600, that doesn't mean I shouldn't work out. I shouldn't do legs. You do what you can do. And, if I'm going to give advice to other people and I want to look good, and I want them to look good, I got to show them that I can do it too. And there's no reason to quit. A lot of people are, saying to me, hey, I got sick, or, I got to go to my brother's wedding, I got to do this, I got injury. I see people who strain their pinky and they don't go to the gym for 4 weeks because they're letting their pinky heal. I don't miss. I'm here no matter what. I've been up at 6 in the morning the last couple of days. Kids and I did some stuff, dropped the kids at school this morning. I'm here. It's 9 o'clock. We're going to work out, and we're going to, keep this day going. I got, like I said, Heavy Muscle Radio 12. I'm going to get the job done, even if I don't do it to the extent that I want. I know Chris Aceto always tells me, if I can't strain the way I used to, I don't want to go to the gym at all. Get to the gym. That's the most important thing. Do the work. The gym is so busy in the morning. When I do legs now, I can't even do it in the order that I want to do it. I got to do it in the order that the machine is available. So that's why I just did abductors down, going to leg press. Whatever opens up next, I might do hamstring sets. Otherwise, I'll be here all day. You gotta do what's available. Tell you something about this machine. It looks like a real machine that a girl would use. These waist machines, they move your whole body. And there's something about the positioning that I actually like. It really concentrates the motion on your quads. As you know, I'm not a big leg press fan. I like the straight leg press machine. I like a horizontal leg press. I don't like a 45 degree. I never really feel it in my quads. This machine is really good. Like I said, the machine kind of moves and that's in the motion. And I just feel like it really fits my quads, my adductors. I can all my glutes in this machine. The key is watch me do the lower. Always push and on the way down, they squeeze on the way up. A lot of people just use momentum. I see so many people wrapping their knees, knee sleeves, and they use them almost as a spring. And they spring up the bottom, and you're not going to get any quad development or any kind of heads up development if you're using the momentum to get the weight up. So don't worry about the weight, you roll the weight. You'll see what I do my next set. 3 sets like reps, I'll do you can do 3 sets of I'll do 3 sets of extensions, 3 sets of leg press. But I don't really do much of anything else. I do some body weight squats just to get that motion down. And then I'll do leg curls, 3 sets. I'll try to end with 1 leg at a time. I'll do the adductor machine. And once again, I'm not trying to set any records here. My legs feel really easy, so thank God. They still look good, I still got the veins going on them. And like I said, I'm working with really half a quad on this leg and a fused ankle. So it's amazing that I get my legs. That's why when people complain to me, I'm like, listen, don't complain to me. I got plenty of injuries. I'm not the one. I'm in no pain, but it's because I'm keeping myself strong and I train the way I have to train, given what I have. I can't get under a squat bar because I don't have the ankle flexibility to really do that. Plus, squatting at my age doesn't pay to do it. But if you guys are young and you want to build legs, you got to get under a squat bar. I yell at the guys here all the time, get under. They do Smith machine, they do all machines. I'm like, get under a free weight squat bar if you want legs. The girls too, they all want big butts. They're on every butt blast machine at this place, hip thrusting machine, and they won't get under a squat bar. I don't know what the problem is. So, guys, you're not going to make legs. The show just doesn't happen. Yeah, I have a fused ankle. You can't do calf presses on it, but I move as much as I can, and I actually still have a calf. They say it's impossible to train calf with a fused ankle. Yeah, it's a little smaller, but it still works. So, even if I can just move it a little bit, I'm stimulating the muscles. Don't take no for an answer. I don't care what the doctors say. They told me I have fused ankle, can't train calves. I'm training calves. Get it done. Now this is the weirdest leg extension machine you'll ever use. But your voice, so your whole body moves. And I don't know if I like it. I think I like it better because it actually can force my body into a motion that's actually comfortable. It seems like a natural movement. If you look at how when you lift up the legs, like your whole body is moving. And for some reason, at first I didn't like it. It was a little unnerving, but I actually like it better because it kind of takes the pressure off your knees. So if you have a knee problem, try to twist. You do not feel any pain in your knees whatsoever. I love training. I love and hate hamstrings. I'll tell you why. It's painful. That's why people don't like to do it. But it's a good body part for me. And if you have good glutes, when you're pulling that hamstring, that bar up, those hamstring curls, those glutes will get it at the top of the moment. A lot of guys stop before they get to the top. Big mistake. You want that pad touching your ass. And he is also, a lot of people stay here. You want to set it up as high as possible so it's like almost on your calf. If not, you're not going to be as strong. I'm telling you, keep this as close to your leg as possible. The more down your ankle it is, it's going to be harder to pull it up. You're not going to get the contraction that you get when it's close. Short arms like Lee Priest, I always give a good example. They're quick barbell curls. They do barbell curls, and their arms get huge from it. I got a long arm. I'm like out here. I'm like, I don't even feel it. I feel it in my shoulders. I don't feel it in my back. I don't feel them at all. So I have to do like dumbbells or cable curls. Same thing with hamstrings. If you put the bar on the end of your ankle here and try to pull you further away from your body, you're not going to get traction in the hamstrings. But when it's up here, the ball, you're pulling, you get a much better traction. It's like you're shortening your arm. And that's why hamstring curls with the pad closer to your body is going to be a much better, intense traction, and you're going to get better results. I promise you, try it. You'll tell me I'm right. Now I'm going to go over, and as much as I hate this machine, it's just good, just for the heck of it. This is the glute press, but I don't know if they call it a butt blast. Butt blast, I think you kneel in. This is just, you're driving your heel back, and it's really, it is for glutes, but it also strengthens your quads and the connection there. Once again, it gives me activation in that area. Something I can't do because I can't really squat at this point, so I kind of do these tutti frutti movements here to kind of just get some activation of the fibers there. But you have glute issues, this can help you give you good mind muscle connection to your tissue. You really have to squeeze the glutes to push back. Don't go too heavy on this. Like, a lot of people are using too much weight and they're not using their glutes, they're cheating. At the end of the day, training legs suck, and it's great. It sucks because it wears you out. You get winded, it taxes your nervous system. A lot of guys get a little nauseous, they don't want to eat afterwards. Sometimes it's hard to sleep that night because you're traumatizing your nervous system. But at the end of the day, you want a good, great physique, you got to do legs. Legs don't just build legs, they build your whole body, especially when you're doing squats, leg press, because you're putting all this weight on your back and you're having to support that. And that's an important aspect of building girth to your entire body. So that's why you ever heard the term squats build mass on the entire body? It's true. Well, think about what you're doing. You take that bar on your back and you're balancing it, you're walking back with it. That's all your core, your whole upper body is working in that sense. You can't duplicate that with a machine. The machine does the work for you of stabilization. So don't skip squats when you're doing legs. Okay? If you're doing that, you're cheating yourself. And if you want to be the best bodybuilder you can be, and you want to build massive size and thickness, endurance and density, you got to do the work. And squats is part of, just like deadlifts on back day are part of building the girth in your lower back and your upper traps. You can't cheat. You know, you're only cheating yourself. Once guys started showing their abs on Instagram, every guy wanted abs, right? Before that, no one knew that anyone had abs, you know, because unless you read a magazine or something like that. But I wanted to mention one more thing about leg training. Shoes. You notice, I wear Hokas now. I used to be a Nike guy, but the Hokas actually allow your ankle to roll, even though I have a confused ankle. So that makes walking very easy. So these are probably the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn. A lot of medical workers use these. People are on their feet a lot. Hokas rule. But I am a Nike guy, but the key is with legs, it doesn't matter what shoes you wear, but they gotta have the heel has to be higher than the front. So I know some basketball shoes, they're lower in the back, and a lot of shoes have no heel lift whatsoever. They're flat, like you're flat on the floor. It's gonna be very hard for you to push from your heels when you're training legs if your shoe is this way or flat. You want it a little bit like this. That doesn't mean to put blocks under your feet. It means get a shoe that has a heel that's a little higher, which means it's gonna have cushioning. Running shoes, cross-training shoes. I'm telling you, it's a world of difference. You'll feel it when you take it to the gym. Never squat and deadlift barefoot. The only reason why the powerlifters do that is because they're closest to the floor when they have no shoe on. So they're moving the weight a much greatly reduced amount of so in other words, if you're deadlifting up the floor and you're barefoot, you're going to save this much space, and that could be the difference between making a lift and not making a lift. So that's why powerlifters do that. It's not because they're getting better at developing. Do not squat. Do not deadlift barefoot. I'm telling you, it's a big, big mistake, and you're gonna thank me later in life when you don't have injuries. You're gonna get much better development with a pair of sneakers on that have a higher back, and even better if you can get a pair of custom orthotics and put them in your shoes like I have. That's gonna correct the biomechanics of your foot, and you can see much, much better like development. I promise you. I don't really squat anymore just because that's my knee, my ankle. I don't have the ankle flexibility, but I like to do the squat movement because I want to get the range of motion. I want to stimulate the adductors. I want to feel the glutes. So I do body weight squats. You know, I'll put 2 fingers on a machine. It's like keep me in the position I want, and I squat down. And if you notice, I'm below parallel. You got to go below parallel if you want to get the adductors to the glutes. When I drive up below parallel, I'm using all glute and adductor. That's why I had big legs. There's wide stance squat, sitting back on the heels, coming down on the heels, driving from the heels. That's what builds big legs. Now, obviously, I would want weight on my back if I was trying to build my legs. Right now, I'm just simulating the motion because, once again, I want to keep strength, flexibility in my body without, I can't put a weight on my back. See how I open my knees up? They're not straight. If they were straight, I'd be using more quads. Because they're open, I'm using more adductors and glutes. And that's the key. You come down, open the knees up, go below parallel, squeeze. Don't spring off the bottom. I'm controlling the descent, I'm pausing, and squeezing. That's how you squat. If you're not doing your squats like that, then you're wasting your time. Hey. Oh, shit. This is Aman. Aman runs Species for me now. He's in the office with me every day, 7 days a week usually. He's missed 2 flights back to Jersey, but I still got him in here. Finally going back in the morning.
I've been coming in the morning. I was coming at night, and working Species is a full-time job for sure.
It is at 10 o'clock at night sometimes.
Yeah. But I love working. Dave is a great guy. Dave's not only been coach to me, but a father figure, a mentor, therapist sometimes. Super helpful, and he really changed my life, so I'm really happy to work.
I know him since he was a teenager.
Yeah.
And I moved him down here now, so he's living down here in Cape Coral, and he's killing it with Species. So
it's like my surrogate father now.
Yeah. All right, get back to work. I was kidding. All right, guys, so that was my leg training workout. Takes about 45, 50 minutes. I take enough rest between sets. A lot of people go a little too fast, too. That's going to limit how much weight you can lift. Remember, you're not doing cardio, you're doing weight training. So don't turn your leg workout into a cardio workout. Well, now I'm going to end the little cardio, 20 minutes on the recumbent bike. I don't want to walk on a treadmill because I want to give my legs a break at this point. When I want to flush some of that lactic acid out of my legs, I'm doing no tension on my legs, just pedaling for 20 minutes. Once again, for me, it's more of like a little runner's high I get from it. But it actually helps. A lot of people think that they shouldn't do cardio after legs, but it actually helps recovery because it does flush all that lactic acid out of your legs because you're getting better blood flow through the leg. So I wouldn't be doing Stairmaster. I wouldn't be doing, anything high intensity. But if you can sit on a bike and just pedal loosely for 20 minutes, I think that's a great way to end your leg workouts. Join me next time. I'm going to head over and get a little cardio. I'll have 100, 200, All right, guys, workout's over. Got my cardio in. Feeling very zen-like right now. So Jesse, our camera guy, got his workout in. We're going to go eat my favorite place, Qdoba versus across the street. I got to take my car to get it washed. I'm like shaking. It's so dirty. And then we're going to head back to the house. We're going to do some heavy muscle radio with Chris Aceto. Stay tuned. Into Qdoba. This is my go-to. It's probably just across the street from the gym. I like to stay in I have a little loop I do all the time. But they got good food here. It's all fresh cooked chicken in here. And they're not open yet. Holy mackerel. I can't go here. That means I got to break my schedule because they're not open yet. And, they open at 11. So we're going to have to improvise. We may have to go to Dunkin' Donuts and get some eggs, but we're going to find a place. Stay tuned. For a coffee anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to get two Bavarian cream. I'm going to get maple frosted. I'm going to get this strawberry frosted with sprinkles. I'm going to get some Boston cream on my favorite. I'll get about 20 of those. Where's my daughter's just the next cabinet. My daughter liked the vanilla headlights. Vanilla headlights, that's my daughter's favorite. She will, if they don't have it, she'll make me Dunkin' Donuts on that. My other daughter likes the Munchkins. So the truth is, I'm getting no donuts. I'm only getting bacon, egg, and cheese, and I'm getting a coffee. So maybe Jesse will have some donuts. Can I extra egg on that? Yes. And I want to be hot decaf coffee. With 6 lemon.
6 lemon.
My house now is worth 1.3 million and it's a fucking hog.
All right, guys. Here it is. 2 eggs on a bagel with some cheese and some bacon, which I will take off the bacon. And I just like the smell and the taste of it. I got my decaf coffee here. And we're good to go. I'm going to eat this, head back, and I think we might feed some, I don't know if we'll feed steaks. We're going to do some little snake stuff, some fish. I'm going to show you all my animals, and we have heavy muscle radio coming up very soon.
It's okay. I think I'll chew a little bit.
I eat there all the time. The best advertising in the world. You know what that like. All right. She works at Crunch, but she's eating a donut.
I've earned
Look at this. You earned it.
I've earned it. I've done my fasted cardio for myself.
Oh, so you do cardio so you can eat donuts?
Yeah, I do.
That's brilliant, isn't it? That's my whole theory. I do cardio so I can eat McDonald's.
Yeah, work out so I can eat whatever I want.
You should get her a workout. I love it. See,
It's called off-season.
it's called rationalization, and I love it. It's a great thing, especially when you're in great shape like she is. So I'm all in favor. Boston Green? My favorite too. Thank you. All right, guys. I told you we're going to do it. It's a little neurotic, but I go to the car wash a couple days a week. Probably more than I like to admit. I probably go to the car wash as many times as I go to the gym every week. Got to keep the car clean. You know what? The car, for some reason, always drives better when it's cleaner. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, right? If it's clean, it's good. My kids come in the car. It's a disaster. Their mission, I believe, in life is to destroy anything that they encounter, whether it be a house, walls in the house, cars, the carpeting in the car. They spilled the soda yesterday in here. Thank God it was a diet soda. And they have footprints all over everything, and I'm like a neurotic with my cars. So we're going to get the car washed on the outside, and then I'm going to vacuum the inside. And once it's back to pristine condition, I will feel much better. It's like almost like I need that to create a Zen-like state in my. I can't drive a dirty car. I don't know if you guys are like that. I see a lot of people driving really dirty cars. If you remember the movie The Transporter, Jason Statham said in The Transporter, you can tell a lot by a man by the way he keeps his car.
as you can see, we're in the middle of the car wash now. We have all the suds coming down here. And you know what? I actually interviewed Jason Statham at the International Sports Hall of Fame ceremony at the Arnold Classic several years back. And I asked him about that quote. I said, do you live by that quote too? Is your car clean? He goes, of course. It's true. I don't even know if he remembered the quote, but I remember the quote. He had a beautiful 7 Series BMW in that car, and he kept it pristine, and I believe the same. So if you keep your surroundings clean and organized, I believe your whole life is organized. So I think the way you keep your car is almost a metaphor about how you keep your life and how you run your life. If your car's a mess, there's crap all over the place, there's no organization, usually your life is disorganized like that as well. So if you want to be successful in life, just organize your shit. Throw out what you don't need. If you haven't worn it in the last 6 months, chuck it in the garbage. Unburdening yourself will make you that much more successful, I promise you. Sorry about the water sounds, and the blower's going to be coming up pretty soon. But the car is becoming cleaner and cleaner as we see. Maybe you can look out the front window here. And we're heading out the door. And then I'm going to go over to the vacuuming station. I'm going to vacuum the car. I bring my own Windex and then my own paper towels. And I wipe down the whole inside of the car. And it will be beautiful. And I'll show you the finished product in a few minutes. At the vacuuming station now. Got to get all the sand out of the car. My kids made a disaster here. They have no sense of not making a mess. The bigger the mess, the better. Sometimes I clean the car. If I have to clean it every day, I'll clean it. If I have to clean it 3 times a day, I cannot drive a dirty car. So there's a lot of sand in my car here. Kids can get footprints anywhere. They're all over the place. They step everywhere with their sneakers. I got footprints on the ceiling of my car. I don't know how they got it on the ceiling. They did. My father grew up with these guys in the Bronx, and they decided later in life, they all different walks. Some were, made it very successful, some didn't, but they would go and have dinner once a month in the city. They'd call it the Boys from the Bronx, and they would eat and they'd get drunk and whatever else they did there, once a month. And they would drive, like my father hated driving, but he loved going into the city to have that. Boys from the Bronx, and they would cook their own foods. They're all Italian. They'd cook their own food. And the Whack Pack show, the after hour show, was like my Boys from the Bronx. If I get to do it every week, as opposed to once a month. Like I said, it's not the greatest car I've had. I really like this car. It's functional. And for a big SUV, it drives like a car. The thing is almost like got a mind of its own. It's an incredible vehicle. But like I said, if you're going to drive a car on a regular basis, it's got to be neat, clean, and it's got to be something you like. I always tell people, you're better off getting a car you like, spend a little more on it, you'll enjoy it that much better. All right, that's going to do it. Car's beautiful. The rims can be cleaner. I don't have time. I'm sweating. I got to do heavy muscle radio. Let's get out of here. See, the kids' bikes are fun too. I play with their toys as well. I used to go on the Conan O'Brien show. Back in the day, in CBS or NBC Studios, it used to be freezing, and I would do the Incredible Hulk skit. I would have no shirt on, and I'd be shivering, and I didn't understand why it was so cold in there. And then I realized because the hosts don't want to sweat, they don't because it ruins their makeup. It's just this uncomfortable. They have a suit on, so now when I come in here, I make it frigid when I come in here. And Amon doesn't mind either because he's always sweating too. All right, guys, setting up for Heavy Muscle Radio. We're going to be going live. And actually, we should have gone live 2 minutes ago, but I'm always late. But when you're the boss, you can do that. And sometimes you got to make people wait. It's like, showing up, artistically late, I always say. And let's get this thing mic'd up here. I've got 2 mics on myself. Hopefully they won't interact. Let's make sure we get some
Battery power. Battery. And... All right, we're about to go live with Chris Aceto on Heavy Muscle Radio. We're going to be talking about Nick Walker winning the New York Pro, plus there's a couple of other controversial topics I want to bring up. Bob Ciccarilla's viewpoint on Nick, especially after he predicted that Nick would finish 8th at the Olympia. We want to get to that. And Linda Murray made some very controversial statements about the fact that the women are not getting paid as much as the men at the Arnold, and she's pissed off about it. And is she right? Is she wrong? You're going to find out our opinion in a little bit. So let's get to it. As I'm waiting for Chris to come on, I'm like checking Facebook Messenger. I'm checking my clients out. It's like nonstop. Monday is crazy because I get all my updates from all my clients, and I haven't looked at a single one because Jesse and I have been filming all morning. So at some point, I'm going to have to do some emails. I haven't figured out what that point is yet. I have a feeling tonight I'm going to be inundated with emails, but we'll see. All right, let's see. Oh, there's Chris. Chris, what's up? How you doing? Good. So I'm being filmed by Jesse, who's doing a day in the life of Dave Palumbo. So let's see what we got here. I'm chewing gum because Nick Walker can get away with it. You should do it. Do it. It's fun.
No, because his skin and his mother's skin. Now I find out his mother's skin that she don't like me.
Oh, she don't. Why doesn't she like you? What did you say?
Because I didn't have him when in Pittsburgh.
Oh my God. How terrible. God forbid we don't think that someone deserves to win a ship. And we're back for another live installment of Heavy Muscle Radio. I'm Dave Palumbo, joined by the technician Chris Aceto. And Chris, we are being filmed independently by my good friend Jesse, who's making a day in the life of Dave Palumbo. So we're doing a day in the life of Dave Palumbo today, which is probably one of my most hectic days. It started off at 6 a.m. I had to get my kids to school, Chris, after the weekend of having them. And we went right to the gym from there, and it hasn't stopped since. So I know you had a busy weekend in New York, too.
I'm being filmed by 60 minutes. That's my left, smoking pom-poms.
Talk to me about Regan Grimes.
They didn't reach out.
That bad, huh? What do you think happened?
The biggest or fastest flattening, and it was the biggest flattening and the fastest flattening in the history of me going to bodybuilding.
Wow. And that back double looks brutal right there. Yeah.
Brutal when he first came out.
Yeah. I wonder what happened.
It was brutal when it first came out. And, Tyler mentioned something that people won't get who don't go to shows, don't judge shows, just, don't go to a lot of shows. He mentioned that Pittsburgh wrap-up. He said, people don't understand how these guys, especially the big guys, at this level can change minute by minute.
Hmm.
And he's right, of course. But I've never seen the structure, the size. He just looked big.
That back double looks like it could beat everyone,
It did when it first came out.
Unbelievable.
And then it, by the last call with, he just changed very quickly.
Yeah. Nilos would say it was because he wasn't on enough insulin, I'm sure, right?
Well, I thought Rough Diesel's upper body was, from the front and side was, quote, soft enough to not justify him getting by Jose at night.
Right.
So I thought Jose was better at night. I thought Rough Diesel was better in the morning. So that's how I saw the show.
What did you think about it in Pittsburgh?
I didn't see it in Pittsburgh, but I'll say this. Jose was completely insane condition at night.
Let's pull the whole thing. So Arnold raises the prize money to the Arnold Classic. Big announcement, as we know. $750,000. You predicted it. I predicted it. We all said, as a matter of fact, we all believe that Arnold will be the first person to give away $1 million. But, Jake Wood has a chance to eclipse that at the Olympia if he wants to, raise it up higher than that. Arnold goes from $500 to $750. That's a big jump. $250,000 for first place. You think we'll see Hadi Chopin do it this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. That's a lot of money. In Iran, you could probably retire on that money.
he can just never compete again and probably just live like a king there. So yeah, that's a big prize.
That is a bigger announcement than 5. It's a bigger announcement than the 3
Yeah.
years ago.
They should deserve equal pay. But when we talk about Kim Kardashian versus a lesser man, Kim Kardashian is going to bring in a lot more money, and they're going to pay her a lot more. So it's what the person brings to the stage. In the bodybuilding world, men's open bodybuilding brings tons of much more money of revenue from live streaming, from ticket sales at the arena. It's just a fact. It's always been that way. All right, guys, we just finished filming Heavy Muscle Radio. Controversial show. Obviously, we talked about Nick Walker winning the New York Pro. What won it for him over Bonac and Regan Grimes. We talked about, Jose Manuel losing again to Rough Diesel in the Classic division, what Chris thought about that. But probably the most controversial, part of the show was the prize money. Arnold Schwarzenegger announcing $750,000 in 2026, the next rendition of the Arnold for first place. Linda Murray, 8-time Miss Olympia, went on the record on Instagram and was saying that it wasn't fair, that the women, have more followers than the third place guy, and who's making more money than them combined, and why aren't the women getting equal pay? And the bottom line is that Chris felt, I agree with him, what he said, was that the men are the draw. The open men have always been the draw. The women can't support the show on their own. If they held a women's show alone, they wouldn't get even a fraction of what the men bring in. And the question is really what Chris and I were speculating on. Who will go to $1 million first? Will it be Jake Wood? Will it be Arnold? We're getting closer now. Now that we're at $750,000, Jake is going to have to make a move and raise that prize money again before the Arnold Classic. Will he go up to $850,000? I think he probably will. He might go to $1 million and try to say, hey, I'm first. But if he goes to $850,000 and then Arnold has a chance after his show to go higher, someone's going to hit $1 million first. I think we're going to see it in 2026. And that, to me, is super exciting. And then you're going to see if you got the Arnold and the Olympia at $1 million, who will go to $1 million next? Will it be Bader Badai in Dubai? Will it be another Middle Eastern guy with a lot of money? Will we see it coming from Brazil, where there's a lot of money available now, and this bodybuilding is huge? Will Jim Mannion do it? In Pittsburgh, will he get a sponsor to put that type of cash up? I think we're going to see a huge change in the industry. We're going to see a lot of talent coming into bodybuilding from other sports once they see they can make over $1 million a year from the prize money, something that was never even close to being a reality in the past. So I think we're at a really good point in bodybuilding. It was a great show. If you want to check it out, it's at the RxMuscle YouTube channel, of course, as it always is, and we'll put some clips up with the most clippable stuff from the show on our Instagram. That's official_RxMuscle. And good show today. So, once again, this is a busy day. You're getting a day in my life. This was a controversial show. It was a controversial weekend. And Nick Walker going back to the Olympia, that's the most important takeaway. So, anyway, I'm not going to go through these now because we're going to go do some stuff. But, I have a lot of emails to go through. It's never ending. So, once again, I like the fact that Amon CCs me on all the stuff that's going on so I can keep apprised of it, but sometimes it's a little more than I need to take care of. But at least I gotta be on top of what's going on. So it's bodybuilding, it's clients, diets, off-season pre-contest, it's species nutrition, which is important, RxMuscle stuff, which is a lot of I pay all the bills. Most of them are online, which is good. So you don't have to write checks out anymore. Only Chris Aceto still writes checks out. But I do everything online via Zelle, wire, ACH wires, wire payments internationally and stuff like that. So it definitely makes it a lot quicker. And you get immediate, receipts for everything you did. So you can kind of keep track of that. I send it to my bookkeeper. She puts all that stuff in. So, it's not that hard, but you have to just apportion enough time in every single day to get everything done. And sometimes I go very late at night. I can't do it. And then what happens, I get so stressed out, I'm like, I got to jump in the pool. So 12 midnight, I'll go jump in my pool. Jesse probably won't be here midnight filming me swimming, but I jump in the pool. I put my wetsuit on. I jump in the pool. I swim a bunch of laps, come out, take a shower, I'm refreshed, and I can go another 2 hours. So that's if I have to stay up really late, I do that. And, because you can't drink caffeine at night, I'll never sleep after that. I'll be like crawling the ceiling. So it's kind of like better than taking a shower. I jump in my pool and it's kind of like refreshes me. It almost is like doing a reset on your brain, and it feels a lot better. But I have a consult in 2 hours, but I think we're going to go downstairs now. I'm going to feed my water monitors to clean their tubs out and show you the new fish tank I just bought, even though it's not filled yet, and maybe give you a little tour of the animal. Let's do some animal tour right now. And if we have some time, I might actually go into Fort Myers and see this pet store and show you that. If not, we might just nix that and do it another time. So let's see how much time we actually have left. All right, so we're opening up Mr. G's box of goodness here. He sent me a bunch of. If you read his box, he's got all these things written on the box, like official snack of RxMuscle. Your own immune system is at their best. Success is one more step. Thank you, Mr. Postman. This box is patriotic. Never give up because God loves you. Lightweights. What does that say?
Peace.
Peace. Oh, there you go. Chocolate chip protein cookies and white chocolate macadamia nut coffee flavored brain cookies with caffeine. Now, these are with caffeine. Oh, and you put sunglasses in there. Let me see what you do. White chocolate mac nut coffee. Oh, this is just what's in there. Each cookie has a half a cup of coffee in them. Holy mackerel. All right. And what do these? And here are 4 superhero sunglasses for you and your kids. Yeah, let me put the sunglasses on so that I can celebrate Mr. G. Okay. So thank you, Mr. G, for my sunglasses. Here's the cookies. These are the caffeinated ones, so I want the decaffeinated ones. Let's see what these are. 35 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat, half a gram of lion's mane. Oh, these are the ones with the mushrooms extracts. Omega-3 eggs, butter, Isopure, protein powder. I got my Mr. G cookie here with lion's mane mushrooms in it, decaffeinated coffee, and I don't know if this is keto or not. Probably has a little sugar in there. That's a fresh cookie too. He must have just made these yesterday. Oh my God. I love it. The coffee flavor with the lion's mane mushroom, because mushroom extracts have a little bit of a coffee kick to them. They kind of have a coffee-ish taste. Mr. G, this is a winner. Winner chicken dinner. Go to Mr. G's website and order these, man. These are great. Holy mackerel. I have to take credit for them because I gave him the idea. I said, put coffee, put mushroom extracts in here into your cookies. I said, because coffee and mushroom extracts complement each other. Oh man, this is good. This is a winner. I would offer this on the website. I don't know if you are or not. Good job, Mr. G. So this guy who sent us this order.
Yeah.
He says that the order that he ordered from Species was sent
To his
his
ex-wife's house.
his ex-wife's house. And he said, but he contacted you and said he told you the address. Did you change that address?
Now I have to check if I changed the address. But in the email he said he got the order.
So yeah.
He
I thought he said it was sent back to our warehouse.
It said return to sender, but then it also looked like he said he got the order. So I have to double check and make sure.
So you think he went back to the ex-wife's house and picked it up?
I'm assuming that's what happened. Yes.
So why is he complaining then?
Just to complain. I don't know. Just to be like I really agree.
People are so crazy because they'll complain about the fact that an order was sent to the wrong address. Meanwhile, he put the wrong address in there. He says he corrected the address, which I'm sure, I don't know, it slipped through the cracks, but then he wound up getting the order anyway. So he sends me this email, like, complaining, like, and like, I always believe the customer's always right. I don't care. I'll replace the order. I never argue with anyone unless they absolutely the mistake was theirs. It's usually ours, so I'm like, just send him another order. But the guy got the order.
He got the order.
So why was he complaining about it? I mean, he was complaining like as if like outraged. Yeah. And I would have sent him another order, but he actually got the order.
The crazy thing is sometimes people like, the worst thing was I took off Friday through Sunday.
Yeah.
I've never taken more than one day off in a row. I came back to like 30 emails. I'm like, oh my God.
Poor Amon's trying to go to see his mom in Jersey for 2 weekends in a row. And as you guys know, Newark's like shut down. Two weekends in a row is canceled. And so he's like, all right, I'll be at work. I'm calling him. I'm like, I know you missed your flight to go see your mother for the second week in a row. Can you come over? I got to move a fish tank into my facility. The thing weighed like 600 pounds. So mom came on Saturday and moved the fish tank for us. I'll show you the fish tank. So thank you for that.
Of course. Yeah. No, Dave's a good guy. Dave's
I put him to work.
Yeah, Dave very helpful. So I feel indebted to him a lot of times when he asked me to do something.
He was very nice. He came over and helped me move the tank.
So we moved the fish tank. It's weird because even being a bodybuilder, when you move heavy shit, it's still, you would think it's not as heavy, but it's still heavy as hell. Like moving chili.
Him and I, it's pretty built, right? I mean, I'm not what I used to be, but I can still lift shit. My friend Chase, who doesn't, he works out, but he's like, if you looked at him, he's hardly a bodybuilder, but he does manual labor. He's like a contractor. So here we are, him and I, the two bodybuilders. We're both, probably combined, we're probably 350 pounds, lean. We get behind this fish tank, two of us, on one side, the tank is 600 something pounds. And we're barely can lift this thing. My friend Chase, he's on the other side of himself. He's a shell of what we are. And he lifts it up, no problem. I'm like, Chase, you fine with that? He goes, yeah, no problem.
And he's walking backwards.
Yeah, he's walking backwards. And him and I look like we're ready to have a heart attack. Our heart's going to explode, from lifting this tank out. I should have had my son videotape. It was so funny. But it just goes to show you functional strength versus bodybuilding strength is two completely separate things. That's why those strong men, when you see the stuff that they do, that's functional strength. And that you have to train for functional strength. So if you're doing manual labor every day, it's a huge difference than going to the gym every day. Yeah. And I always say that to people. That's why my advice to bodybuilders is if you're competing at an elite level, don't lift heavy shit. That's how you hurt yourself. That's how you wind up tearing a bicep or getting an injury that you didn't expect. Don't lift heavy shit. It's better to pay someone. That's why I don't really usually do that on a regular basis. I'd rather pay someone to lift it. Or I asked for help. I needed help. I had him come over because if I would have done that myself, I would have gotten hurt for sure. Not that it's too heavy. It's awkward. And bodybuilders shouldn't be lifting awkward stuff because we don't do that in the gym. We lift things in a range of motion that we're comfortable with, and we repeat the same motion every single time we go to the gym. We don't grab weird shit, hold it in weird angles. That's how you get hurt. You don't want to get hurt out of the gym. You'll be really pissed off at yourself. I promise you that. All right. I don't think I've shown you guys my cats on camera. This might be the first time. I only had them for a few months, and these are what's called Siberians. So they're from Russia, and too bad my friend Eugene Mission is no longer with us. May he rest in peace. He would probably love these cats. He'd probably want to get a kitten. And this is my youngest one. She's about 4 months old. You don't like being on camera? She is a blue cream point Siberian, which means she's got blue eyes, like a Siamese cat. She's got both blue and cream colored in her. You can tell. And you're a cutie. You're a cutie. And Siberians are long-haired cats from Russia. They haven't been mixed into a million different type of other cats. They're pretty pure. They're stocky. They got these barrel bellies. That's what they're known for. The females are not as big as the males. The males get to be, I'm going to show you my male, they can get to be 20 pounds. They actually take 5 years to mature. She's a little baby. She's teething on my fingers still. Oh, let's see what we got here. Hold on. Who's this? Oh, this is Solo. This is my boy. So he's my one male I have. You can see how big he is. This guy is 6 months old and he's a monster already. He's gonna probably be 20 pounds when he's full grown. And they got this triple coat. They're known for a triple coat of fur. They have a really nice coat, and I used to breed Persian cats back in the 90s, believe it or not. Some of you have cats in mind that I bred. I haven't done cats in a long time, so I'm gonna breed cats again. We're gonna breed these Siberians. What I like about the Siberians, first of all, I gotta give credit to Michelle Prater, who is the one who got me onto Siberians. Thank you, Michelle. She's deathly allergic to cats. These cats don't produce any of the allergic, protein that comes in their saliva. So most people think that cats, you're allergic to the hair. You're not. You're actually allergic to the saliva. Now, cats clean themselves. They lick themselves, and the saliva gets on the fur, and that's why you get the reaction to the fur. But it's really the saliva. So they don't produce the allergen in their saliva, which is called the FeLD1 protein. And I'm very biochemistry and everything like that. And because they don't produce that, there's very little allergies to these cats. Most people don't have any. And he is a good boy. He's a good boy. Look at this boy. He's a blue-eyed white. Once again, I told you I like white animals. And he's my little boy. He's going to be the daddy to these other cats that I have. And these guys, if you like cats that act like dogs, that's what these guys are. They're like completely, they listen, they come to you when you come home, and they'll come to the door. They're cuddlers. My kids love them, and they're super, super cool. And as you can see, I have all these cat trees all over the house because of this. And here she is. Here's my girl, though. This is my girl. Oh, this is him. All right. So this is Princess Leia or Leia. So I named my cats after Star Wars figure. I used to have the Jedi. I have Solo now. I have Leia. And then my kids named the other two, Sparkles and Lily. But, she's the female Siberians are a little more, they're not as crazy affectionate, but they usually bond with one person. She's like my little girlfriend because when everyone else has gone out of the house, she's like my shadow. She follows me around, right? And she's a good girl. Okay. Clean your eyes off here. She's also a blue-eyed white. So we got the two of those. She came from Canada, actually. British Columbia. It's really cool. And I don't know where's Sparkles? Sparkles, my kid's name. Oh, there she is. Let's see if we get Sparkles. You might have to. Come here. Oh, there goes Sparkles. Sparkles is a calico. So it's black and red and white. And I love calicos, and I've always wanted one. She's the first calico I ever had. I used to have Persians, never had a calico. See, look at them playing over there. Look at them. Those are the two youngest ones. And they're doing they're kitten stuff. And it's interesting, but for those of you who care, cats can either be black or red. Males are only black or red because it's carried on the X chromosome. Females can actually have black and red in them. So that's a female. That's a calico. She also has white in her. That's the white gene. And but males usually are black or red. They can't be both. And so that's pretty cool. My male obviously has white in him, but he has some black or red underneath all this. We just don't know what it is because the white is covering it up. So I have my 3 females, 1 male. I know you guys out there are going to say, Dave, I want one of these kittens when you produce them. Probably this time next year we'll have some kittens. And you can say you have a jumbo Palumbo kitten. There you go.
What do you book up for to clean it? Half coat wool a lot for that kind of thing? I don't want to do GMOs. It's like, we can only do that now. Go back to, you know what I mean? But if you can use it on multiple devices, then if there is a way to switch.
All right. We're going to start the animal tour off in my garage. I do have some animals in my house. You saw my cats already. This is my fish tank here in the garage, it's very difficult because in Florida, the garages get up to like 100 degrees. So this tank can get very hot. I actually have a chiller there. Most people never even see one of those. It makes the water actually cooler during the summer. And I have my angelfish in here. I have my one discus fish. And some live plants in there. It's kind of cool. My kids just made me buy these little albino iridescent sharks. So we have 2 of those. Hopefully they'll live. But my kids are like obsessed with these things. They wanted to get fish, so we put them in there. And then I have my turtles. Once again, I told you I like albino stuff. There's my albino red-eared sliders. Excuse me. This is my female. This is the male. A little algae on them, but they're albinos. You can see they have red eyes. This is my caramel albinos. This is what's called the T-positive albino. They don't have red eyes. They have almost all the melanin. The black pigment is gone, but not quite. And then this is a really cool one. This is an albino pink belly side neck. Now, the Asian turtles pull their head sideways, whereas the American turtles go in and out. See the difference? This is an albino pink neck or pink belly side neck turtle. So he pulls his head sideways. And then we have the freaky turtle, which in like bodybuilding world, bodybuilders love freaks. This is my Timor snake neck turtle. So it's got a long neck like a little snake. And he's a cutie. I've had him since he's a little hatchling. They're pretty rare, actually. My friend Tom Crutchfield breeds these. And so those are my turtles. All right. So, guys, I'm into plants, too. I got a green thumb, or I don't know, maybe a brown thumb. I don't know. But so anyway, I grow a lot of my plants. I make my own little clippings. I started out with I always loved cactus plants, and these cactus don't have they don't have thorns. They're not really sharp. All these cacti, I think that's right, florellas, were grown from something that was from this, a little stump. And if you break off one of these leaves, you can actually put it in water. I'll show you. And you put it in water, and it actually starts growing roots around it. See the roots? And you can just plant these, and you can keep spreading your cacti. And do you see I've grown them all? These are all just grown from like one little piece I had. Over here, now these are my fruit trees. Now, interestingly, this is a banana tree. So, got to get your potassium, you get your banana right here. This is a fig tree I'm growing here. And this is my good friend James Minoyan gave me this. It's considered like a cactus, some sort of a cactus plant, but it's, I don't know, I forget the official name of it, but it's rare. So he breeds plants. This is my pineapple plant. Pineapples only come up every 2 years. So I produce a bunch of pineapples. I have pineapple plants. That's another fig tree. And you come this way. This is my ponytail palm plant. It's kind of cool. They get, if you look over there, they get kind of big. And all right, guys, this is my pool. As you can see, I swim laps at night, so you probably won't, unless Jesse's staying until like midnight or 11 o'clock, you probably won't see me swimming later. But I do swim in this pool at night. I like to wait till the sun goes down and swim. Here's my tomato plant. I've actually gotten about 5 or 6 tomatoes off of it. This is a blueberry bush. Now, the reason I moved all my plants into the screen enclosure here is because I have peacocks here. I don't know if you guys have seen the peacocks. You can hear them yapping in the back. The peacocks eat all my fruit, all the vegetables, and any seed you plant, they will eat it. But I love them because they're spiritual protectors. I need that. Here's some strawberry plants right here. Look at these, peppers. These are red peppers. They're already springing up. And I got some more stuff planted here. There's some cucumbers going to be growing out of here. They're just starting to sprout out. So, I like to grow my own vegetables. All right. Now, this is my prized mango tree. If you guys like mangoes, these are the best mangoes I've ever had. They're not like very fibery or anything like that. They're absolutely delicious. They're not ready to be picked yet, but they will be soon. And as you can see, this tree has gotten huge over the last couple of years. I got tremendous mangoes on it. This tree is not a fruit tree, but this is called a rainbow eucalyptus tree. See the different rainbow combinations? I bought this thing. It was about this big when I bought it. So this is about 6 years I've had it, and it's because I knew rainbow eucalyptus has this very, very cool rainbowy trunk, and it took a very long time to get it. But if you see, it looks like it's like a Picasso painting. Absolutely beautiful colors. In the front of my house, down there, I think we're too lazy to walk there, but they actually have coconuts on them. So these will grow coconuts pretty soon. They don't have them right now, but all these were planted by me. So I feel like a proud father, so to speak. Probably another year before these produce coconuts of their own. Now, for those of you who are into monounsaturated fats, we got avocados here. Got to have your avocados in Florida. So if you look, you got a whole bunch of cool avocados here growing. This tree was almost dead from a hurricane. If you look inside here, this is the original stump, the original thing. It's dead. And it grew up from the bottom. And someone told me they'll never produce avocados. It's never going to happen. I said, well, we'll see. I got avocados. It's a smaller tree, but these also produce some amazing mangoes. So these things will start becoming ripe pretty soon. Once again, the peacocks, they pull them off. So you got to keep an eye on these things. And then this thing right here is one of the most important things if you live anywhere, especially in Florida. It's a generator. It's a whole building generator. So I have this on my house and on this building. If the electricity goes off for a second, this thing kicks on and you have electricity. And this thing will last for 2 weeks because I have a 500-gallon propane tank in the ground. So we're never without electricity. Very important, especially you guys up north. We're in snake room number 1. We have 3 rooms. The snake room has really undergone a lot of differences over the last year and a half. I've downsized a lot. I've gotten more diversity of animals and higher quality animals. So I'll start out here since we're here. These are my corn snakes. They gave me a clutch of eggs earlier in the year. And corn snakes will lay eggs sometimes 2 times in a row or 2 clutches a year. So I'm just waiting for the next one.
And so I still have the male and female together. These are blood red albino corn snakes. Absolutely beautiful. You can find these in your backyard in Florida. Not maybe this color, but you can definitely find corn snakes. I know you guys love watching me give shots. I'm not giving myself a shot. This is an antibiotic shot for a snake. Now, when snakes get respiratory infections, it's very important that you treat them aggressively with injectable antibiotics. Number one, because you can't put pills down their throat. Number two, because they have a single lung. The other lung is non-functional and it's all compressed. So when mucus gets in there or they get kind of infection, they can die really quickly. So you don't want to let that happen. So we got to inject them. The problem with this snake I have to inject, it's a green tree python. It's actually beautiful. You're going to see it in a second. But they have very long teeth because green tree pythons eat birds. And to get through the bird feathers, they need long teeth. So if you get bit by these, I don't mind getting bit by a snake. It's no worse than getting stabbed by this little needle. But if you get bit by a green tree python, it hurts a little bit. So we're going to reach in there. Maybe you want to come on this angle. I don't get bit. Okay, here she is.
Yeah, please tell me where to stand with this.
No, she's not going to bite you. She's going to bite me. So here's this beautiful little girl. And what we do is on either side of the spine, there's a nice amount of muscle. So you want to, this is an intramuscular shot. So hopefully she's not going to go after me. So we're going to get right here. And we're going to put this into the muscle. And we're going to inject this in there. She's being very well cooperative because I know it doesn't feel good. It doesn't tickle. And you can see these beautiful green color. This is an Aru locality green tree python. And you can see the blues in it. They have nice and blues and white speckling. So I think she's pretty much over. If she had a respiratory at all, I think she's over it. So I just wanted to play it safe. And we're going to put her back in there and we're going to try to feed her tomorrow. All right, we're in snake room 2 now. This is the bigger room, as you can see. I used to have a whole line of snake cages right down the middle of this room. I was a little too crowded. I decided to get rid of it. This tank, the new tank I just got here, this is, if you remember from earlier, I was telling you that Amon had to help us carry a tank. This tank is like 600 pounds. It's really heavy, and that's with no water in it. So we got it set up here. My friend Chase is going to plumb in the filter on the bottom. Otherwise, it's going to leak. We don't want to do that. And once that's done, we're going to add water in here, and then we got to figure out what fish we want in here. My kids have their own ideas. I'm thinking maybe put those platinum koi in here. Haven't decided yet, but it's going to be good. I think the good thing is that snake rooms need humidity. And because in Florida here we have to run air conditioning all the time, the air conditioning sucks the humidity out of the air, which is not good for the snakes. But if I have a fish tank here that's going to be giving humidity into the air, it's going to kind of like, they're going to complement each other. So it's going to work really nice. All right, let's take a quick look. These are my carpet pythons in here. As you can see, she wants to be fed. Here's my female carpet. There's a snow in the back. Snow carpet. If you come down here, you can see the albinos. We have so these are all carpet pythons. They're from Australia. And here's some more carpet pythons. These are my kids' favorite. Let me show you the blue-tongued lizards. Here's an albino blue-tongued lizard, which doesn't have a blue tongue. It has a pink tongue because it's albino. And albinos have no pigment. So you see that little pink tongue? And here's the regular. They named this one Primey. All right, so you guys know who Charles Darwin was, right? He designed and created the theory of evolution, or at least popularized it for that matter. And he did a lot of that work on the Galapagos Islands. And on the Galapagos Islands, there was Galapagos tortoises. And he had one that his whole life as a pet he took back with him. And Steve Irwin over in Australia got that same tortoise, because these tortoises can live up to 200 years, and had that for probably 20 years in his collection. This is a Galapagos tortoise here, or they call it a Galapagos Niger. I got him when he was about this big, and this is only in about a year and a half. He's already gotten this big, and he's going to get huge. He'll get like that big. And he had a girlfriend, but unfortunately there was an accident when they were babies. So we only got him, and once again, my kids are going to have to take care of this guy, because he's probably going to outlive me and them, for that matter. And he loves his lettuce, and so we're gonna probably build him an outdoor enclosure at some point, because he's getting a little too big for in here. And he's our little mascot. He's a good guy. Okay, I'll put him back. The greatest boas I produced. I'll show you a couple quick ones. So we're just doing highlights here, but this guy, he's in shed. I call him Mr. Blue. He was blue, but he's in the shed right now, so you can't really see it. He's one of the craziest looking boas you'll ever see. I mean, you can just see the pattern and it looks like someone just painted this on him. Boas just don't look like this. This is just nuts. And once again, he's in shed, so I don't want to annoy him too much. But one of the best of the best that I've produced. No one's produced anything like that. That's like a one of a kind. Now, the ones that I think you guys are going to really like, white boas are super popular, but they're kind of rare. I produced some boas, and there's other people who've done it too. It's called a super blizzard. They're absolutely crystal snow white. They never turn yellow. They never change color. They don't have any pigment in them. They have red eyes. They're absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show you a really nice male that I produced. Ooh, he's looking to eat. He just shed, so this is going to be really nice. So look at this. That is about as snow white as you get. It doesn't get much whiter than this. We can even put him on the floor here. Let's see. That is just absolutely gorgeous. I produced a bunch of these in the last couple of years, and they sell really quickly. People love these because of how white they are. And you just don't see boas like this. It's just, they're exquisite. My friend Mike Weitzman, who's a popular bodybuilder in the California scene, he probably produced the first one, and I got my male that I used to make these from him. So Mike Weitzman, let's give you credit where credit is due. Amazing boa breeder. And once again, one of the most popular combinations. All right, now we're entering snake room number 3. You're going to see some really cool stuff in there if you're into dinosaurs. But before we get to the dinosaurs, here's a really cool boa I produced. This is a 2-gene animal. It's called a blood sterling. That means it has no pattern. The sterling has no pattern, and it's got the blood gene in it. Probably one of the coolest looking boas I've produced also. Just want to show you him. And we saw some corn snakes in the other room. This is what's known as a pied-sided corn snake. So it's got the white on the side, which looks kind of really interesting and cool. And this little boy will be breeding for me at the end of this year. He's just gotten big enough finally. They were teeny tiny. Now I think she's actually laid a few eggs. Now, the females of the monitor family will lay eggs even when there's no male present. Now, they're usually infertile. Sometimes they can be parthenogenic eggs, which means it's like kind of a doubling up of the females' chromosomes, but most of the likely they're infertile. And if they're infertile, obviously they're not going to hatch, almost like a chicken egg. But we do have a male here, and he is a monster. His name is I call him Big Boy, but he's really closer to Big Rammy, this guy. And he's much bigger. The males are bigger in the Asian water monitor family. Some females in with him. Hopefully we can make some babies. The interesting thing is that once the females lay eggs, it takes 9 months for them to hatch. So I guess he doesn't want to come out and play right now, but he is a big, big boy. And if you see him, he's massive. He's got I tried to pick him up myself the other day, and he's so big I almost couldn't handle him. Not because he's strong, but he's that muscular, this guy. All right, next we're going to look at, once again, another Asian water monitor. This is what's called a black dragon. So the other one was an albino, which is a lack of melanin. This one has an excessive amount of melanin, which makes it completely black. We call it black dragon. Come over here. So she's not going to blend. She probably wants to eat, but she's also another sweetheart. You can see her sticking her head out there. Come on. What's up? You know, if I had a little food, she'd come out. She wants me to hand her a rat or a chicken leg or something like that. She'll eat anything. Speaking of albino, she is a female, obviously. The other one I showed you was a male. We're going to eventually breed him to her. You can see they have a smaller jaw. That male had a big, thick jaw. She's got a much smaller head. But you see her belly is nice and big, which is she probably has eggs in her, so we probably should put the male in with her. I haven't decided if I'm going to put her in with him or vice versa. So right now we're just, we do little intervals of attention. So we'll rub her a little bit under her jaw, we'll pet her a little bit, and then we just leave her alone. And what that does is it kind of makes her confident because she knows I come to water bowls every day. I give her food. She knows I'm the slave that takes care of her. So as long as I don't scare her or do any dramatic moves, she trusts me. And the more you build that trust, the more they want to interact with you. And then once again, they're very smart. So they're thinking lizards, and they don't just act. They don't react. They're not going to just bite you out of nowhere. They're going to think about what they do. Now, if I have a rat in my hand by the sink, and I come in here like a dummy without washing my hands, and I go to reach in, she's going to smell rat, and she's going to bite my hand. But she's not going to do that normally because she knows I'm not food. I'm the guy who just takes care of her. Which doesn't mean she necessarily wants me to interact with her. So you gotta do it on their terms. Like I'm going to try to take this little shed off. Let's see if she lets me. Okay, good girl. So she let me take her little stuck shed off, and which means she trusts me. She wouldn't let me do that otherwise. She would run away normally. So once again, I'd love to have some babies from her. Underneath here, there's like her nest, which makes it a little difficult to get the eggs out when she does lay the eggs, but eventually we're going to have to figure out a way to get in there and get those eggs out, because if you leave them in here, most likely they're not going to hatch. You got to put them in an incubator where they have enough humidity and the right temperatures. So, pretty cool. All right, so this is a Boland's python. We recorded before, but it didn't get recorded. You'll get to see some of the footage of him biting my hand. He thought I was feeding him. That's why I always put a glove on. Usually most snakes I don't do that with, but these guys are a little food aggressive, so I'm going to reach in here again. Maybe he'll bite me again. You never know. I don't think so, though. He is such a sweetheart, this guy. He bit me because he thought I was going to feed him, and he wasn't really ready, but normally he's a real easy snake to handle. This is a Asian snake from Southeast Asia. The reason why they're so popular, obviously their black color is really nice, but they are very popular because no one can get these things to breed. So these Boland pythons are very hard to breed. Matter of fact, this particular snake was given to me as a gift by Jason Huh. That's right, IFBB Pro Bodybuilder Jason Huh. And he wanted to show his gratitude for, helping him out over the years as his coach in the early part of his career, answering questions for him. And, it touched my heart that he brought this over. He's actually involved with Boland's pythons and helping with research and funding that stuff. So he had an extra male. He brought it over a few years ago as a gift to me. And I will cherish it as long as it's alive and as long as I'm alive. So this is our male. But the thing is, no one's been able to get these breeds. So, of course, that's a challenge for Dave Palumbo. So I had to go and get a female. There's my female. She's not quite as big as him. She's only, she's about 4 years old. And she's about going on 4 years old. She'll need another 2 years probably. You have to slow grow these things because no one can get them to breed. Everyone thinks this is because people overfeed them. They get obese. And when they get obese, they don't like to breed. So I only feed them every 2 weeks, a rat, and you can tell they're nice and lean and muscular and healthy, and that's important. So the problem is this male is, I think he's a 19. Let me see. 18. So he's plenty old enough to breed. He's, almost 7 years old. Problem is the female really needs to be 6 years old, and so she's not old enough yet. So we're going to keep growing her up. We'll keep them separate. When they're ready to breed, we'll put them together, and hopefully we will get babies and eggs that will hatch. But no one else has been able to really do it. Only one person did it by accident, and he doesn't really know why it worked for him. So once again, when the supply is low and the demand is high because everyone wants them, because everyone wants to try to breed them, the prices go up. These things can go up $8,000 to $10,000 a piece. They can go for, and so this is a beautiful, beautiful snake. They start out like a reddish brown. After 1 year, they go through what's called an ontogenetic color change, where they change color. The Australian pythons do that too. The carpet pythons I showed you earlier, and they turn black with this beautiful white in it. So they're a really beautiful pattern. Like I said, very good personalities, really cool, distinctive face, and it's one of my favorite snakes in the collection. All right, so this is my incubator. It holds temperature at 88 degrees. We put all the python eggs in here, and we leave them in here for about 60 days, and then they hatch. These are carpet python eggs, if you can take a look at them. They're going to hatch on June 10th or thereabouts. And they're looking really good, these eggs. We hopefully will get snow carpet pythons, which are white carpet pythons. That's something I'm kind of known for in the United States, being one of the few people who produce snows and what's called moonglow carpet pythons. We're at Pet Kingdom here. Here's my new friend. Hey, how are you guys? I had to bring. We do some business together. Yeah. He's got great animals. I'm going to show you somebody out. Look at this guy.
I got everything.
He's interrupting our interview here.
Yeah.
I brought him some species nutrition products. Because we got to stay healthy in addition to keeping the animals healthy. Best. That's right. And this is for your partner. Did this in this bag.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to be picking up some birds from. This is not a bird I'm getting, but I got to show you this bird. This is a cockatoo. This thing is a baby, 4 months old. Awesome little girl. Look at this. What a cutie. I love animals, as you guys know. I showed you my whole menagerie at home. We took a whole big video there. There's a lot of noise here, but they're birds, right? Hello. Oh, look. Hello. That is an older version of that little one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Species, by the way.
Hello. Hello. Oh, you're jealous now? I was trying to play with you the other day. And then I got a bird on my shoulder. You're jealous. Hello.
I love you too.
I love you too. Yeah. There's something unnerving about having a beak like right next to your eye, you know, but I love you too. Oh, ow. No, I'm fine. I'm playing up for that. I'm a little hand for the camera. So, anyway, it's all about, animals. We got to balance our lives as bodybuilders with obviously. Oh, yeah, you don't say. We got to balance our life as bodybuilders with a little bit of love from the animal kingdom. And I got a lot of animal kingdom in my house, as you know. And this is pet kingdom, which is a perfect segue into what we're doing here. We had a very long day. We were at the gym. We ate. We filmed. We did snakes. We showed fish. We showed fruit trees. You pretty much got a day in the life of Dave Palumbo. And we're going to end with, I got a massage coming up in about 20 minutes. We got to leave. I had to drop these guys off some species nutrition supplements because this crossover, the animal world, the supplement world, the bodybuilding world, we all got to help each other, support each other, keep each other healthy. Because without health, it doesn't matter what we got, right? We can be bodybuilders, but you know what? It doesn't last. We can be bodybuilders and we need to have love in our life. Do you agree? Oh, that doesn't feel so hot. Ow! 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 As you can tell, you gotta love animals. And if you don't love animals, you got no place in my life. That's for sure.
It's so funny.
At the end of the day, it's all about loving life, right? And doing what you love. I love animals. I love bodybuilding. It's my life. And we're out.